Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, thank you so much for tuning back in, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Rani. Today's video is another cash envelope stuffing for the first week of May. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started counting my money. I should have 225 and I have the money off to the side. So let me go ahead and get it all together. So it should be 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 180, 190, 200, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So it is 225, and I do just want to mention that I did change my amounts for some envelopes just a little bit because I'm trying to not use as much if it's not necessary. For example, my gas envelope may not need some this time and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it all set up, and then we can get started with the cash stuffing. Okay, so I just made sure all my money was straight, and then off to the side I have my cash envelopes as well as my sinking funds. So as usual, I start with my cash envelopes and then I move on to my sinking funds. So I'll put these over to the side, and then the first thing I do is I take out any remaining money from last week, and then I will also remove the envelopes that I'm not stuffing. So nothing is going into bills, so I will move this away, as well as gas is not getting anything just because it still has $100 in there, and then there's no need for that. And I think I have like a week and a half left of externship time, so I'll just set it off to the side as well. So groceries is going to get stuffed this week, but I'm taking out what's in here, and then I'll just set it off to the side. And then miscellaneous doesn't have anything left for this week, so I'll move this here. Or actually, I should probably keep track of these. And then spending, I don't take anything out, but I did add, when I went to California, I got some money from my dad that he gave me, my sister and I. So some of the money in here is from that. And then some of the money I've used already just to buy a couple of things, which I'm pretty sure the person that I purchased things for watches my videos, so I'm not going to touch on that. So there's that. And then lastly, I have phone, which I have not had the chance to give my brother the phone money for the bill. I did pay April, so this is already May's, and I'm going into June's. I am going to stuff it just because, I mean, being ahead is, you know, whatever, it's better than nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and stuff it. And then let's see, let me see if I can put these back in the order I usually have them in. Perfect. And hopefully I don't struggle with my nails. These are press-ons, but I've never wore any that were this long, so hopefully we don't have any issues with that. And getting started, groceries gets its usual 50. And I am planning on buying a couple things just because I find that if I don't eat while I am at my externship site, I get really like annoyed easily, so we don't want that. And then miscellaneous is going to get its usual 20. I'm already struggling with these nails. They were a bad idea, but I wanted to try something different and new. And then next up is spending. This envelope is going to get its usual 25. And I will be counting what's in here. Let's see. So first, I'll add the 25. And I have 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72. So like I said, some of this money is money that my dad had given me. And some of it was what I had from previous weeks. And I have been using this money to buy some things. So that's why there's much less than the previous video or previous cash stuffings. And then phone is getting 30. So 20 and a 10. And I'll add that in here. And in here, I do believe in my last video, I mentioned that I was $10 short for this month's May's bill. So I have 20, 40, 60, 70, and then I make 80, and then I have 20 for June's bill. And then hopefully I see my brother soon so I can give that money to him, or I'll just have to end up depositing it into my account and then selling that to him so that it's just easier for him to have it straight in his account. I'm literally like the only one that does anything cash here in my house aside from my mom, so it's probably inconvenient for them, but it works for me. So those are my cash envelopes. I'm gonna go ahead and just move them off to the side and then bring over my sinking funds, and I'll take them out from here. So this is where the real issue is going to be with these nails. Hopefully it's not that bad, but I don't know. Okay, so if you didn't watch my previous video, I'll make sure to link it down below. I just want to mention every previous video is always linked down below in the description box in case you missed it. So in that video, I did reach my goal of $1,000 for my emergency fund. So I am no longer going to be putting anything in here for now. That is just strictly $1,000 for baby step 1. And I'm going to go ahead and take this money out in my next video, which I am already planning it. I'm going to do an unstuffing of this, and I'm going to be changing the denominations in here so that I can make them smaller so that they're not as thick. So I'm going to go ahead and put this off to the side. We're not going to mess with it this time. And then debt is getting its usual 15. Oh, I believe I used to give it $15. So I used to put in 25 to my emergency fund, but since that is no longer getting stuffed, I'm adding those $25 here. Plus it's $15, so it's getting 40 in total. So 20, 40. And then we'll count what's in here. So now I am focusing on this sinking fund so that I can make sure that I can make a big payment. And then aside from my video where I am exchanging my bills, I am also most likely going to do a video talking about my debt. I made one a couple years ago, but those numbers have since changed, so I am considering making that video as well. So let's go ahead and count what I have in my debt snowball envelope, and then we'll go from there. So I'll add these in here, and we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So I have 160 in this envelope now. As you can see, these nails are making everything so much harder. But I also wanted to mention that I don't plan on making any payments towards debt throughout the month. Everything is going to be at the end of the month, depending on what I have in this envelope. The only ones that I will be making payments to are any active ones that I have, or active as I call them. For example, my credit card, which does require that I make a payment every month. My Best Buy credit card, which I have a balance and my brother has a balance, and there's a minimum, so he's usually the one to give a payment so that I don't have to. But I've been putting some money aside for that as well. And then the other one that I may have to be paying towards is like student loans, but I don't believe I have to pay anything yet. I have to check up on that. Other than that, everything else is just money that I owe my mom or anyone else, which I'll talk about that in that video if I do end up making it. And that doesn't require that I make any payments monthly. So that is why I'm going to be putting money into my debt snowball envelope and then making those payments at the end of the month. Next up is savings, and this one I did stop adding the usual 10 and I started adding $1. So this one is getting that. And I don't count the envelopes where I only do $1 just because I don't see the point. I'll start counting them again once I start putting in their normal denominations or amounts. So there's savings, and then next is gifts. In my last couple videos I have been mentioning that I do have a graduation and birthdays this month, so I am adding the usual $10. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I have taken money out of here to make purchases. That's why there's less in there. And now we have 50. So this one, maybe the next video, it'll have less. Up next is medical. This one is another one that is also not a priority, but it's getting $1. Just to make sure I keep it building, even if it's a small amount. So that is just why I'm adding just $1, just to keep it growing. And then up next is insurance. This one I do put in what it needs because I need to make sure I pay this in September or August. I don't remember anymore. I get the dates confused, but I think it's August. So I get 20, a 10, and a 1 to add 31, and then we'll see what that makes the new balance. And hopefully I'm in frame. Sometimes I think I'm in frame and then I end up being so out of frame. So if I am out of frame, I do apologize. So I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. So we have 268, which this one is building up nicely. Too bad it's going to insurance. And there's that. Oh, let's see, this bill is kind of, oh, I don't know what this bill is doing. It doesn't want to get in there. And then car maintenance. This one is also one that I did not stop putting in the amount I set initially because you never know. So it's getting $15, 10, 15, and then I'll just move these. These are what's still going to go into my envelopes, and then this is what was left over for the week. So counting, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I have 125, which is good. For this one, I thought about setting a goal of possibly anywhere from 350 to like 550, maybe even more, just because I don't know. I do want to get it to a goal. Oh, look at that. But it's, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes you just need more than what you think you do, especially for a car, just to, you know, keep up its maintenance. But we'll see. And then projects is getting $1. And this envelope is just anything related to this channel or any projects that I have going on. So it gets $1 for now. And then next is camera, which I want to buy myself a camera. So I'm saving up for that slowly but surely. And that one also gets the last $1. And then the last envelope here is leftover, and that one gets this leftover. And I don't count this money till the end of the month to see what we had left over for that month. So this one's gonna be hard opening. Let's see. Was that already open? I don't even know. I can't even tell with these envelopes. Okay, so yeah, apparently it was already open. Okay, so we'll just add this in here. And that's that. Those are my sinking funds. And these are my cash envelopes. And I will be putting these back in its binder. Let's see if I don't struggle doing that. And then finally, the leftover envelope. All right, perfect. And then I do also have my change jar here with me. I did have more change than this, but I'm not sure what happened. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to take this off, especially with these being press-ons. I don't want them to pop off, but hopefully I can find the rest of the change. They probably just got lost in my bag, so it's just getting that this time. And that concludes this video. But before I do go, I do want to mention once again, my previous video is linked down below in the description box. Also keep an eye out for that video where I am condensing my sinking funds and adding a 1K slip to my emergency fund. And then I will be taking that money and putting it into my bank account so that it can just stay there and out of the way. Other than that, I also will probably be having a debt numbers video coming out soon. I'm not sure when quite yet, but the video where I'm condensing my bills is not coming out on the normal day that I post, which is Sundays. So keep an eye out for that. Other than that, I do have a budgeting Instagram, which I'm planning on adding content to soon. So I'll have that show up on the screen, and it's always linked down below in the description box. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, leave me any comments, any suggestions, anything you want to let me know down in the comments section. I'll be responding to you guys. Thank you so much to everybody that is new that has subscribed. And if you're watching this and you are not subscribed, but you would like to follow my journey to debt freedom, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.